hoping to come out of the gates strong. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
Yeah, the G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. A look at Chicago. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they haven't packed any big surprises into the early part of this season. They're right in the middle of the NBA's pecking order.
And based on their early returns, it's really hard to see that position changing very much in one direction or another. I see them as a team that's right there in the middle of the pack, but not one that's ready to make any leap this year.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's Porter in at the 3 slot. We've got Shorty, also B-Train out there, D out there with Big Smooth. Early part of the season, Brent, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14
I know,
years.
But I loved coming into training camp, being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the off-season and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improved the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
Levine, good.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Here's Shorty, White covering. Here's B-Train, well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Now here's Levine. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Shorty after the made shot from Wendell Carter. Here's Shorty, and not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And there's the pass to Carter. Here's White. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Levine for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Levine's got 5 now.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Here's D. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. B-Train drills it from outside. 5 points in the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
White left side. Knocked away. Carter right side. And the officials call a traveling violation. And now that we have a moment, let's see the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
Gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. D. He's guarded by Markkanen. And that one, good. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's White. Levine passes to Carter. Poked away. It's blocked, and he gets it back. For three, Levine. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And masterful possession from Levine. He's so lethal at shooting once he catches it. And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he could do.
White dishes to Levine. Back to White. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Now here's Levine. 8 points for him. Outside, White. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Levine.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young comes in for Markkanen, and Satoransky subbed in for White.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Levine wide open. Another 3 for Chicago.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Thompson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
You could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
Baller, he's checked in for B-Train. Valentine's checked in for Chicago. Dunn comes in for Levine. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. 1:06 left to play in the first quarter. Carter on the wing. 6 to shoot. Pass to Satoransky. Poked loose. Stolen by Thompson. Goes up. And Thompson throws it down.
And that's such good work to make this a 1-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Dunn looking over the floor. And it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. A second chance effort. Another one falls for Chicago.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Thompson. And it's sent back by Carter. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter. Big Daddy's checked in for Big Smooth. Chicago on defense. They lead by 4. Here's Chan. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Here's Big Daddy, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable. Just crippling defense.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Chicago right now, Young and Carter are the big men inside. Satoransky there with Dunn, and it's Valentine in at the 3, the small forward. Are there any players, Brent, you have been surprised with how good they've become?
Well, last year, the evolution of Pascal Siakam and what he was able to do in Toronto was just out of nowhere. And what an incredible run he had, being a huge part of getting that team into the NBA Finals for the first time. Canada saw finals basketball, the birthplace of basketball.
The Toronto Huskies, you're right.
Pascal Siakam last year was such a huge
How about his game one in the finals? Unbelievable.
Tremendous, and great confidence. And the way that he can play, Kevin, very difficult to match up against. Shooting threes, transition, long on defense. It'll be interesting to see in the years to come how far Pascal Siakam comes in the league.
Now, here's Satoransky. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Done with it. To the inside. And the layup is good.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Cook. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
The shot by Satoransky, no good. Gotten only one of the first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Done outside. Markkanen trying to break loose. It's Chicago with another bucket.
What about the concentration of Dunn nailing the shot right in the D's face?
And now Dunn pushing it up. No one back to stop him. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Zach LaVine's checked in for Chicago. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter, and that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for LaVine? Right around 25 points per, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Here's Baller. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Back to Markkanen. The 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got 3 assists now in this one.
Now, how about the shooting stroke from Markkanen, appearing very comfortable pulling the trigger from deep.
Passes it to Baller. Here's Money. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Count the basket.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Knocks it loose. Here's Aguilar, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
And Dunn is spectacular, seeking contact and getting it. He just absorbs the hit, yet still able to finish.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. To the left side wing. Baller. Here's B. And the 3 ball is good.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And here's Levine, who brings it up for Chicago. It's a 5-point game. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. B-Train's checked in for Ball. Chicago also making some changes. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Denzel Valentine. And it's White in for Dunn. Levine passes to Porter. Outside, Markkanen. Young trying to break free, and Markkanen gets it to go on the assist from Porter.
Yeah, how about the focus there by Markkanen? Terrific at keeping his eyes on the basket, not letting the D affect his rhythm.
The pass to B, and stolen by White. Feeds it to Young, and it's blocked. They get it back. Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses.
And this team has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented. They trust each other. They work together. And you just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots. But on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
And the Bulls making a change here. Carter's checked in.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Bulls trail by 5. Pass to Levine. Carter outside. That's tipped. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Porter, but they recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And checking out some stats for B-Train. He's been a factor for them over the last month. First in free throw percentage, second in field goal percentage. And he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And it's nice when you have the NBA's best free throw shooter just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been completely automatic this season.
Taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Thompson against White. Inside, it's tipped. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Sinks the triple. He has 5.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. White against Thompson. Clock at 6. Levine looking around. And that time, also a missed shot. Here's Chan. Hits the three-point bomb.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition and no one's on you, great shot there.
And so it's the home team. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
We've got B-Train. He's out there with Shorty. Big Smooth out there with D. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Bulls trail by 15. And here's White. Out to Carter. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Big Smooth, defended by Carter. Markkanen on the double team. B-Train, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. B-Train's got 9. When it comes to hustle, effort, Who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important, and sometimes, you know, with the win or loss in the balance?
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But you know, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Dishes it to Porter. Bulls moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Levine inside the three-point line. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. He's got 13.
So aggressive once he gets hot. Love how Levine stays after it when he gets it going.
Now Porter. Took him no time at all on that one.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Here's D. Good. Nice job down low.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Chicago calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Some changes for Chicago. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Wendell Carter. Valentine comes in for Porter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for White. Out to the right wing. The 3 from Valentine. No good on that one. Gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Bulls trail by 20, and Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Done outside. Left side, Markkanen. Basket counts. Markkanen's got 7 points.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Here's Big Daddy. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Dunn shot's good.
And you have to love whenever Dunn squares up from mid-range. His jump shot is just money in the bank.
Shot from free throw range. That one a little long.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible mind-boggling numbers of Will Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Will Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about, Kevin, when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scores. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's T. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Some changes for Chicago. Carter, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen, and it's White in for Chris Dunn. They swipe it, and here they come. Here's Aguilar.
Oh, man. Fans love it. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Thompson against White. Tipped away. Here's the break. And a strong finish with two hands.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Young outside. Pass to Porter. Back to Young. They need this. It's deflected. They retain possession. 5 to shoot. Now here's Satoransky. Young trying to break free. Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got his third bucket of the night.
Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
And so it's the home team having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We come back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So for Chicago right now, we've got Satoransky, and it's Felicio in at the center. Archie Diacono kicks to Satoransky. Ray, you know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific.
That was huge! Incredible. And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Chicago has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Hutchison. Over to the wing. Here we go, one-on-one. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good. Valentine's checked in for Sederansky. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so it's Arcidiacono with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. And he lays it straight in.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Passes it to Money. The layup missed.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Valentine. Guarded closely. That's tipped. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximum on what it is that players can.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. The Bulls shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. Here's Arcidiacono. Felicio banked in off the glass. Felicio's got his first basket.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Thompson outside. The pass to Aguilar. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Arcidiacono, the pass to Valentine. Here's Felicio. Pass to Valentine. 6 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Felicio's got 4 this quarter.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Thompson passes to Aguilar. Here's D. The offensive rebound. Got a hand on it. 1:56 left to play here in the 4th. Down low. Pass to De La Cruz. And bird right's an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
Harrison kicks to Arcidiacono. Valentine passes to Felicio. Here's Arcidiacono. Harrison scanning the floor. And he gets it to go. Harrison's got his first points of the night. Gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Here's Big Daddy. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
To the paint. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Arcidiacono kicks to Valentine. To the right side. From about 19 feet. Another one falls for Chicago.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And so they get the victory here at home. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.